What's going on, everybody? It's the Hood Socrates back one more again. My second video, and today I'm gonna be talking about relationships and how they affect your mental health and your well-being. I'm sure everybody knows bad relationship affects everything around you. It affects the way you treat your relatives, your children, if applicable, your co-workers. It affects your whole day, man. So if you have a bad relationship, this is making you just angry at the world all the time, and you and that person are always fighting left and right, I'm here to tell you, personal experience, this is not worth it. If you and that person fight like worse than Crips and Bloods, Northerners and Southerners, brown pride and black pride or white pride or all that, if y'all fight worse than that, it's not worth it. Mind you, I know most of y'all probably saying, oh, well, I love him or her, or they're my everything, they're my world, they're my this, they're my that. Yeah, I understand that. I was there. I've endured it, I've seen it, I've been through it. More than I'd like. My father took staples out of my head from the woman who I was supposed to be just completely and utterly in love with, and my whole everything. I've been stabbed by this person, I've been all these things. Mind you, I played my part too. I'm not going to sit here and say I was Mr. Perfect during the relationship and I didn't do a single thing wrong. No. I'm a world-class asshole. Oh, my bad. A-hole. I'm not the best person. I have what you call a rage problem, tolerance problem. I don't really deal too well with stupidity or rudeness or disrespect. Really don't. Mind you, I don't always show the utmost respect to this person. Mind you, I'm not perfect. Like my daddy always told me, there's only one who was. All the rest of us are just a bunch of buttheads, a-holes. This is what it is, man. You have to pick your poison, you have to pick your battles, and you have to be selfish when it comes to who you're with, because at the end of the day, that's who you're with. That's the person you choose to be with. The person you choose to build a life with. The person you choose to endure all this stuff with and to, so to speak, be a teddy bear to. Like the Incredible Hulk and Black Widow. Case in point. The Hulk was the Hulk towards everybody. Nobody could stop him. Save Black Widow. All it took was a little touch. And that man melted like a popsicle during the middle of the summertime. Instantly melted. That was his love. That was his woman. That was his heart. I use that as a reference because it's the most modern example of what true love and true caring for somebody can bring. They're supposed to bring out the best in you. In every aspect. They're not supposed to make you turn into the Hulk, no. They're supposed to turn you to Bruce Banner. From the Hulk. They're supposed to be able to stop you from your violent outstreak, your rage, your bloodlust, so to speak. They're supposed to be able to stop you from that, to show you, hey, it's okay. It's perfectly alright. But if that person is turning you into the Hulk, if that person is making you just spaz out and flip out and, just go completely haywire, man, it's about that time to cut ties. If y'all have kids, be in your children's life, if possible. If you're allowed to. If not, as much as it sucks to say, you gotta bite the bullet, man. You gotta draw that line in the sand of what you will and will not stand for and tolerate. And yeah, that applies with everything in life, with other people, blah, 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 blah. But mainly, you have to be selfish. It sucks. Because nobody wants to be selfish. They want to be, oh, well, what about this person's feelings? What about that person's feelings? Okay, yes, that's understandable. You have to factor in other people's emotions and what they're going through and all these other factors. But But never forget that you are part of that relationship as well. Your mental health is just as important as that person's mental health. Because if you're going all haywire all the time, dude, it's not going to be good. If you're dealing with all these traumatic things left and right and back and forth, it might be about that time, man. As much as it sucks, as painful as it is, as difficult as it is, as many trials and tribulations you and that person have been through, if all y'all doing is fighting and arguing and just bickering at each other, or it could just be one-sided. Most of the time it's not, because there is a reason. You may have a flaw. You're not perfect. There's no one who is. Sorry to tell you. If nobody told you today, or your lifetime, you're not perfect. That's okay, though. You're not supposed to be. You're supposed to make mistakes. You're supposed to mess up. That's how you learn. Just like if you exercise improperly. You're going to build one arm or one thing, one part of your side of your body more than the other. And you're going to be looking funny. It's just like that. Just like when you swim. You use both arms to go back and forth to move your body. It's like when you climb something. You use both your arms to pull your body up, or your legs, so on and so forth. Duality, the light and darkness, good and bad. You need that duality. If not, how are we going to be able to appreciate the birds chirping? Not the motherfucking birds, but the birds. How are you going to be able to appreciate that? If you haven't seen the bad, how can you recognize the good? In yourself and in all aspects of life around you. It's not that bad, dude. Once you realize that, it's okay. This is what it's, Sorry, y'all, I'm a little tired. I got work at 4 o'clock in the morning. Smidge tired. That's life. You have to take care of your business. You have to be an adult. If you are an adult. If you're not, go to school. Get a trade. Get something to establish yourself. Anyways, besides the point. We're talking about relationships right now. We're not talking about your responsibilities. It's a different video, a different time, different subject. But you have to, man. Like, if you don't, you're just going to go through life so miserable, man. It's pathetic. Everything's going to be mother this, mother that, mother this, mother that. Left and right, back and forth. Constantly. You won't be able to appreciate a single thing around you. You won't be able to recognize the good things that are right in your face. Because you're just so frustrated, so aggravated. All these things. It's bad, dude. Notice this isn't alcohol. It's this good old Mountain Dew. Shout out to Mountain Dew, by the way. You've been supplying my lifeline since I was a child, man. Whatever's in your formula, don't change it, dog. Y'all doing your thing. Let me tell you something. But you have to, man. You have to be able to be in a positive relationship so you can be in a good headspace for whatever life throws at you. Because life is going to be hard. Life is going to be infuriating. Life is going to throw so many curveballs at you left and right. I call them speed bumps and dips. Now, the big difference between the two. A speed bump is a speed bump, It may slow you down, but it doesn't stop you. A dip, you got to creep. I don't know if y'all ever had to experience one, but man, you go through a dip smashing, oh man, you messing up your tires, your suspension, your bumpers. You messing up a lot of things. And it makes life so difficult when you're just so negative. Your output and the way you go about things is so negative. You just only bring negativity. It doesn't breed positivity. It breeds hardship. It breeds all these things that make life so unworthwhile. Opposed to if you're in a good headspace, you have a good outlook on things. It's like, it's not so bad. Yeah, I got a speeding ticket today. Oh no. Or yeah, I had to go home early from work. Oh no. You have a bad headspace though about it. whole different flip of the coin. You're possibly cussing at the police officer who's just doing his job, you know. Just like a carpenter has to build a house, just like an electrician has to wire a house, just like a plumber has to clean up a nasty mess. They're just doing their job. Mind you, they have a highly stressful job because they have to balance out between being a human being and a protector, a guardian. I feel bad for them. You know, and plus you have to throw in that you got to factor in over 3/4 of the people they run across are trying to lie to them because they don't want to go to jail. No one wants to go to jail. I've been there once when I was 18, and dude, let me tell you something. If you ain't never been, don't go. Do the right thing. Be in a good headspace, man. Be straight between your ears. And always remember where your feet are. Keep your head and your feet in the same place. 24/7, 365. Whatever your hours of operation are. Day shift, night shift, swing shift. Whatever your hours of operation are. You have to be in that good headspace. Because if y'all notice, when you're fighting with your significant other, whoever they may be, man to man, woman to woman, whatever it is, it really doesn't matter. That's who you want to be with, that's who you want to be with. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It doesn't affect me, it doesn't affect the next person, it affects you and the person you're with. Because if you're both arguing before you head out to work or before you go out to go on a vacation or go see your relatives or yada 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 yada, 9 out of 10 you're not gonna be able to fully enjoy the experience. You're just gonna be like, oh, I don't want to do anything. That's all you're gonna want to do. You're just gonna bicker. Everything is gonna be so just infuriating. You're not even gonna be able to enjoy what you're doing. Sad. Because you already have a negative outlook on everything because you and your significant other, whoever they may or may not be, y'all was arguing, y'all was this, y'all was that. You can't enjoy a single thing. I know because I've been there. I've done it. And let me tell you, it affects everything. 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 You may not notice it or you may not want to acknowledge it or accept the fact. But facts are facts. Truth is truth. A lie is a lie. If you're living in a lie and you're comfortable with it, you're going to snap. You're going to just blow smooth up on the first thing that messes with you. The first little thing that pokes you in your chest piece. You are going to blow a head gasket over because don't you know I was already going through enough? I don't need to deal with you. Whew. My bad, dog. I didn't know. You didn't tell me. And people, don't be bad-mouthing your significant other, man. Especially if you know for a fact that you're going to be with him. At the end of the day, that's where you lay your head at. That's the person you lay next to at night. Don't go over bad-mouthing the man. Ladies, y'all do it. Men, y'all do it too. Don't act like you don't. You don't act like you don't talk reckless about whoever you with, your woman and your man. It don't matter. Because if that's at the end of the day where you're going back to, or the next day, because if y'all fighting or whatever, don't be bad-mouthing them, dude. That makes you look so stupid. Like, really? I'm sure people want to hear it because misery loves company. Oh, he's going through it too. Oh, she's going through it too. Oh, well, let me add my 2 cents into it just so you know, just in case you thought it was okay to go back to him. Oh, he cheated on you, girl. Oh, he did this to you. Oh, she was like that, dog. Oh, she did you like that, dog. Oh, well, let's just go do this. Let's just go do that. And then you make it worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. One of them mean slippery slopes. Because you allowed to breed more negativity into a situation instead of resolving it with the person you're with. You are a fool. You do not know anything about how things work. Obviously, you do not know that 2 + 2 equals what, ladies and gentlemen? 4. It equals 4. You can frick it, fry it, fricazine it. You can do whatever you want with it. Doesn't matter what you do. 2 + 2, it is universal law. 2 + 2 is 4. It don't matter which way you flip it, which way you cut it, 2 plus 2 equals 4. That is my favorite saying that I have been saying for years. And anybody that hears it is like, oh, wow. And what I mean by 2 plus 2 equals 4 is if you do this thing and do that thing, you have one result. It doesn't matter. I talk smack to this person. They talk smack back to me. We're going to fight. Or we're going to argue. That's what it happens, man. I slack off at work. My boss sees me. I get hemmed up and or fired. Or I talk stupid to the police. He having a bad day. I'm going to jail. I'm getting a ticket. 2 plus 2 equals 4. Do not be bad-mouthing your significant other to anybody. It doesn't matter who they are, who they think they are, who you think they are. If it's not that person, don't say a word, dude. It don't matter. It's not their business. Unless you want everybody in your business. And this is high school all over again. We're just spreading drama and having problems and blah, 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 blah. It's unnecessary. It's foolish. Don't do it. Try talking about something else. Get your mind clear, focused. And then, hey, look, babe, I'm sorry. Can we talk? Can we have a little conversation here? Can we make these things better? I know I did this. I know you did that. But if we're going to be together, this is what we got to do. We got to sit down like some adults, like some decent human beings, which, that alone is a hard thing to find. If you find a decent person, man, you better cherish them because there's so many just foul, conniving, just trifling people in this world, dude. It's not even cool. It's completely and utterly disrespectful how many foul people there are out there, how many salty people out there. Because what? Misery breeds misery. Misery loves company. Oh, you're going through something bad? Let me add to it. Let me make it worse, matter of fact. Let me give you more of a headache than you had before you came around me and you opened your mouth. Not the fact you came around me, but open your mouth and tell me you was going through it. Let me add to it, because don't you know my opinion about your situation and that person's situation carries so much weight? Man, I ain't gonna lie, I've done it a few times. Not a few times, I've done it. It's messed up, but I admit it. I'm a grown man. I'm not gonna sit there and tell you I'm perfect. I've never done it. I've never once talked bad or talked about a situation that me and my woman was going through. No, because I have. And afterwards, I felt so stupid. Because I was just sitting there thinking like, man, I'd have made this worse. Or if I didn't make the situation worse, now I've affected this person who I'm supposed to be with, and my family, my relative, my whoever, my friends. I've affected the relationship that those two have had before I opened my mouth. They could have had the perfect relationship between them. A mother and daughter relationship, mother and son relationship, father and daughter, father and son relationship, friend and friend relationship, whatever the relationship is. I have now bred something dark into it. I have smothered the flame of their possibility that they could have had to have something good. I now affected it in a negative way because I chose to say something bad and to tell them that we were going through it. It's foolish. It's dumb. It's redundant. It's unnecessary. Don't do it. And I'm not promoting smoking cigarettes, but I stopped smoking herb a while ago, like a couple months back. And man, but that's part of being a responsible adult. I stopped smoking that so I could get a good career, so I can handle my business as an adult, as a father. It's a choice. Everything you do is a choice. Where are you going to put that line in the sand at? What will you allow and not allow for yourself and for others? What will you allow? Will you allow these negative things to be around you, this negative force that affects everything around you? Or are you going to look for that silver lining? Because it's always there. It's just some of us are so blinded and so just nearsighted we cannot see it. It's like it's one of those blurry things right in front of you that you just don't look at. Just like when it's raining, you don't look for the rainbow. It's there. It's always there when it rains, man. You just have to look for it. Yeah, it's raining. Yeah, it's windy. You know what? There's that rainbow somewhere in the sky. It's beautiful. It's one of the most lovely natural things that come around in this world. And one of the most ugly weather conditions, one of the most beautiful things comes about. And from the rain, it nurtures so many things, but we don't think of it like that. Oh man, it's raining. Now I gotta get my umbrella. I gotta wear a raincoat. And man, this sucks. I gotta tread through mud to get to work if I'm walking, or if I'm driving, I gotta factor in now people are gonna drive stupid. Man, we don't think about the good things. We're just too focused on the negative. We have something so, quote unquote, so bad, so horrid, so just right in our face. You can't see anything that's around you. You're not focused on any of that. You're focused on the argument y'all had. You're focused on, well, this right here, this thing is happening, and it is just killing me. It is just messing with me. It is just poking me in my chest. It is just destroying everything. No, stupid. No. No. It is what it is. It's one of them things, man. But if you're in a bad one, you can't enjoy anything, man. Because if you going in, especially if you cheated and you got back with that person. Oh, what, you going to the store, you going to go talk to this dude, you going to talk to this female? Oh, you have someone there? Oh, it's like, man, if you don't cut it out, if you don't knock it off, dude, I swear on my soul, we won't fight. We gonna argue. It's even worse now. So if you scorn the person you're with, even if they say, oh, I love you no matter what, yeah, they love you, but that is always in the back of their mind, if not the forefront, or somewhere in the middle. It's on their mind, though. That little voice in their head is going to tell them, hey, you know they did you wrong last time. What you think's going to happen now? You think it's different now? Yeah, people change. Yeah, people grow. Yeah, people learn. I'm not saying that. But just because it's true doesn't mean the person you did wrong is just going to forget it. Unless they have a 2-second memory. If that's the case, you're just using them at that point. You're just doing them dirty. That's messed up, man. That's just not cool. It's wrong. Shouldn't do it. But if you're in a negative situation, I'm here to say, in case no one told you, there is hope. There is that silver lining. There is the writing as the wall, as my friend Mike from work, my old job, told me, man. There's the writing on the wall. It's just how you're going to look for it. Can you see it? And when you do see it, can you accept it? Can you learn from it? Are you intelligent enough to accept new information and learn from that? To process it, to cope with it, to let it really open your eyes and open your mind, open your heart. Are you going to accept the writing on the wall that's really there, that everybody knows is just, nah, that ain't true. It's right there in my face, but nah, man. It's a mirage. I'm tripping. I'm hot. I'm dehydrated. There's no way it's right there in my face. I got that. That's like that's like someone having a big fluorescent writing, like saying, "Do not enter. There are bad things behind this door," or "There's something bad within so many feet," or "Oh, hold on, stop." That's like not paying attention to that. And then you go past that point, and oh my God, what do you know? There's snakes in there. Or there's a big trench that you can't see because it's dark, and then now it's going to snap your ankle. Or there's a trap in there. There's a booby trap to get you. There's a bear trap to cut your ankle and shatter into many places. But sorry, get a little tongue-tied sometimes, y'all. See, I ain't perfect. But are you going to accept that writing and believe it because someone already's been there? Someone's already seen it. Somebody already had to have the bear trap removed out their ankle. They already have the shattered bones. Are you going to believe it? Or are you going to Are you going to mess with it? And that's like a dog eating its own throw up. Are you a dog? Are you an animal? Are you unintelligent? No, you're not. You're capable of processing new information. Everybody is. I don't care what anybody has ever said about you. You are possible to learn from new information. It's just, will you accept it? Will you believe it? Will you trust that there's a reason you had to go through this bad thing? It's so you can look for and recognize and see and accept these positive things around you. Choice is yours. We all have free reign, free choice. Even if we're incarcerated, we still have free choice. We still can learn. There's nothing stopping you but yourself. You are that brick wall. It is what it is, man. Accept your responsibilities as a human being. That was the gift you were given and bestowed when you were born. Is you have free reign to learn, to adjust, and to accept things or not accept things. Like a bad situation, you don't have to be in it. Yeah, it may be hard. Ooh, blew my horn. But will you learn from these things? You were given that choice the day you were born, man. The day you turned 18 years old, now it's like, okay, take the tools, take the information, take the trials and tribulations you were placed through, and don't do the same thing again. That's like if you go to jail for whatever reason, for selling dope or getting in fights or robbing people, whatever it is. That's like doing that. And then when you get out, you go right back to doing the same thing. Like, you simplistic fool. You really didn't learn the first time? You are not untouchable. This is what happens. These are the chances you take when you go out and do these bad things. You have to mind. You have to learn. So don't accept any bad thing around you. Do everything in your power on a daily, hourly, minutely, secondly basis to improve what is going on around you. The person you're with, if you really want to be with them, do everything right by them. Any and everything right by them. Defend them against the world. Protect them. Keep them close. Be their suit of armor. Be the one that shows them it's okay. But if they're not doing that for you, that's not the right person, man. Or lady, or whatever. Whatever it is you are, whoever's watching this, it's not the person for you. You may think it is, because love is a whole drug itself. It's intoxicating, it's blinding, but it's also motivation. You know? Or infatuation. Or some people stay in bad situations because, oh, that's the best I can do. I've done so many bad things in my life. I've been such a crummy thing that this person wants to be with me. Mind you, we fight all the time, but this person wants me. Step your game up. Stare at that person who's looking at you in the mirror every day, or every time you look in the mirror. Stare at that person and believe that you are worth a good person to be with. If not, just sit back for a little while, man. Be by yourself. Improve yourself. And when the time is right, that person who you're supposed to be with will present themselves. That's how it works, man. You can't force things like that, man. You can't force someone to be with you. If you have to force somebody, or they have to force you to be with them, and y'all just sitting there arguing and going back and forth about every small single detail of every single thing. Like, dude, no. Kids or no kids, you don't have to. If y'all fight, y'all argue, if y'all just constantly at each other's throats, and if it ever gets physical, that's a clear cutthroat indication that It's not good for y'all. Either of y'all. If you hit them or they hit you or y'all going back and forth trading blows, clear indication y'all might not be good for each other. Me and my kid's mother, we fought physically. And then when it hit me what I was doing, I felt like the crummiest thing walking this earth. Like I felt so worthless. I felt lower than the dirt on my shoes. On the bottom of my shoes, I felt lower than that. I quit hitting, she kept fighting. Because of all the mental scars I'd given her. And then I opened the door to fighting, to physical altercations. Dude, it's not okay. It's not worth it. You can't appreciate anything around you. It's sad. I know it's hurtful, I know it's painful, and I know it's difficult. But you can do it. You don't have to just endure. You can do it. Change your situation. Do everything in your power to make your life and your children or your love, you know what I'm saying, you and your children's lives better. You have to. Because you don't want them growing up seeing what you've seen, enduring what you have endured. They shouldn't have to. They should be brought up with nothing but love and admiration because they are your legacy. That's my viewpoint on a bad relationship. If y'all like my video, give me a like. If y'all got something to say, some input, hey man, I'm open for suggestions. I'm always willing to learn. It doesn't matter how old, how young you are. Everybody who I've come across in my life, younger or older than me, have always taught me something because their experiences are different than mine. Their situations are different than mine. Always be willing to learn. Always be willing to accept new information and process it and get your outlook from it. Always. Don't be the dog who eats your own throw up. Be the human being you were born to be. Be that person. The day you was pushed out of your mother, or cut out from your mother if that was a situation, which, man, appreciate the fact that you were selected to be here. You don't have to endure these negative things. My mom's texting me. I blew the horn on accident. Yeah. Give me a good old like. Give me a good old subscribe if y'all want to hear more. I'm the Hood Socrates, man. I got some knowledge for y'all if you want to hear it. Peace.